Hi, welcome to today's video diary for Finding My Way with Pi, Purpose, Intention, and Emotion. Today was a special day for me because it was the first day that the women whom I've invited to help me build my dream have all come together. We were missing one because she had a family commitment, but we're flexible and we'll catch her up. And this is about life. It's not impeding life. It's about giving life and enriching and healing life. So we roll with it when we need to, and everything will be fine. This was the most power-packed, energy uplifting, incredible conversation, meaningful, and felt like, oh my gosh, if this could be my life, if this could be my work, if this could be what I get to do in the world and how I get to contribute, this is like handing me my dream. And then I was like, wait a minute, this is my dream. This is my dream alive and in action at the very early stages. And I am living it by beginning to build it with these amazing women who have accepted the invitation to build it with me. We don't know what the future holds, but we know that right now, in this moment, this feels like the right thing to be doing, and let's see how far it goes and how many lives we can enrich and help to heal. So I wrote a poem, and I had actually started it yesterday when someone offered me some grace through courteous goodwill of helping with something that we cannot afford paying for right now, and she offered it out of kindness, and it is helping one of my kids. And I was in tears accepting this gracious gift and this grace, and she shared that she had gone through something similar and understands what it's like to shrink down into one income, and that she'd gone through that before. So I had started this poem titled Grace yesterday when I was feeling that. But today, after what it felt like to be talking about building my dream and incorporating these women's visions into it, I wrote more on the poem. So realizing that grace comes in many ways, shapes, and forms, and is delicate and elegant in how it shows up. And so I want to read that poem to you now. Again, this poem is called Grace. How does grace show up in our complex world? As delicate as I'm going to start over. How does grace show up in our complex world? As delicate as flower petals, silky as they blossom and unfurl, as direct as a gift of courteous goodwill. There is beauty in this world still. How does grace show up when you're feeling down, recognizing how shaming yourself adds to your frown, understanding it will be okay. We all have lows as we find our way. Give yourself grace. How does grace show up in our relationships? Friends, children, community, partners, and parents. When someone sees you and you feel known, it's grace you've been shown. How does grace show up in your own actions? Shifting from self to others, following your passions. Help with compassion. How does grace show up when you follow your dreams? When answers appear that were previously unseen, when your sisterhood says, let's build this thing. How does grace show up when you're praying for answers? By disrupting your life so your heart stirs, giving you what you need as it whispers. Grace is real, lending to life's improvements with simple elegance and refined movement, honed so finely you can barely detect when your life is touched with grace's affect. today, as my sisters discussed how we would build my dream, lending their skills, grace was when one of my sisters asked, "How does this feel?" This brought me to the moment, present and alive. I said, "It feels like I'm living my best life." Thanks for being with me on this journey. I'm so glad you're here. I hope it helps you too. I'll see you tomorrow.